You wouldn't really do that to anyone else's name, so why does my name need to be shortened? Don't get me wrong, I can eat pounded yam for breakfast, lunch and dinner, but to make it at 6 p.m. in the kitchen, I can't do it. I actually can't do it. I just always kind of feel like an outsider. Especially when we had in-person lectures, it's kind of just sad to look around and see no one that looks like me. If you clicked on the title, then you know what this video is going to be about. I'm literally the only black person studying my course this year. In this video, I'm going to be giving a few of my thoughts, my experiences, and also a little rant at the end. So firstly, if you're shocked, so am I. I'm still shocked to this day that I'm literally the only black person in my year. You'd think that a course in London would be a bit more diverse. But obviously, I study dentistry and it's a competitive course already. I just would have expected maybe just one other person that would be black apart from me. In fact, other dental schools, even as far out as Plymouth, seem more diverse. Coming from a really diverse secondary and sixth form to this is just kind of shocking. I wouldn't say that upsets me a lot, but it's just kind of shocking in 2021 that this is the case. Something I keep thinking about is my graduation picture, so I'm kind of thinking about how I'm going to be the only black person in the entire picture. But I'm extremely lucky and proud of myself for getting into this university in the first place, and I will be extremely happy to see myself in that graduation picture. So let's move on to my experiences. Overall, I haven't really had any extremely negative experiences in university. I just always kind of feel like an outsider. Especially when we had in-person lectures, it's kind of just sad to look around and see no one that looks like me. So in one of the lectures, we were talking about assumptions people make about you based on your experience, and when it came to me, I said the color of my skin, and it is obviously true. There is a lot of systemic racism in healthcare, and there are some patients that won't want to be treated by a black person, and people of color are more likely to be mistreated than others, especially when it comes to pregnant black women. Like, as you guys have probably seen in the news, there's so many cases of neglect when black women aren't really listened to and their needs are not listened to, and then it ends up in deaths, and it's just so sad to see, especially because of this view that black women are stronger or their skin is tougher so they don't need as much painkillers or something. But yeah, it's just crazy, and it's really important to think about it now and raise awareness for it. Apart from that, I don't really feel like I can relate to students on a cultural level, and obviously I live in accommodation, so we share a kitchen, and I often feel kind of embarrassed to make my food in the kitchen, like not just average food, like cultural food. Like, don't get me wrong, I can eat pounded yam for breakfast, lunch and dinner, but to make it at 6 p.m. in the kitchen, I can't do it. I actually can't do it. I often wait until it's like really late to start making my cultural food because I just feel embarrassed. I don't know why. Like, it's not anything to be ashamed of, but I just feel less judged and more at peace when I can cook my food in peace without anyone looking. Obviously, no one's gonna burst in and say, ew, what's that? But I just feel kind of shy about making it in the kitchen, especially because no one else relates. Like, if you haven't seen pounded yam in a gussie before and you see it for the first time, you're actually gonna be like, what is this? Because it's so different from like mainstream English food, American food. So yeah, and there's also like this trend on TikTok of everyone trying it, and obviously some people have really loved it, some people didn't like it, and that's fine. But then there's some people who have been so disrespectful with it, like spitting it out and making like vomiting noises. If you don't like it, it's not that deep, but obviously it's something new for people out of the culture. It's something new for people who aren't African. So yeah. So one of the negative things I've actually experienced is my name being absolutely and utterly butchered. So my full first name is Oluwashola. It's not that hard. Like, I understand that some people will mispronounce the Shola part. I've had times in secondary school, in primary school, in college when people called me Sola, which is like, it's how it's spelled, so it's not something to be angry about, an honest mistake. When people call me Olu, oh my gosh, I don't know, I just find it so annoying. Like, it's like calling Rach Rack or Hannah Ha. Like, why would you call, I don't understand why people call it off there. Like, I understand Oluwa, but Olu, I don't understand it. I don't really take offense to it. I just find it kind of funny, and I just find it kind of weird. Like, you wouldn't really do that to anyone else's name, so why does my name need to be shortened? I don't take any offense to it at all, but it kind of reminds me of that situation between Lucy and Yewande in Love Island, where Lucy would refer to Yewande as Y. Like, can we actually acknowledge how disrespectful that is? She's basically saying that her name is an inconvenience, that it's too hard, it's not worth the time, it's not worth the effort to try to learn how to pronounce it. That's one of the most easy Nigerian names to pronounce, so I just don't get it. Like, in 2020, just learn how to pronounce people's names. It's not that hard. But obviously my name is ethnic, so obviously people will have a problem pronouncing it, and I don't really have a problem with that. But I just wish people could put the extra effort into it to pronounce it right and learn how to pronounce it for the future. On a brighter note, even though university has been online, I've met some amazing people who I share so much in common with and who I enjoy spending time with so much, so I'm really happy about that. I'm gonna be honest, most of the time I don't really notice that I'm the only black person in my year. That is pretty much the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, be sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.